Preface 1. Sutra of the Past Vows of Earth Star, Shuragama Bodhisattva, translated into Chinese by Tripitaka Master Shakra of Udayana of the Tang Dynasty AD 700, with a commentary by Venerable Master Hsuan Hua, translated from Chinese into English by Buddhist Text Translation Society. The arisal of conditions leading to the lecturing of the sutra. At this point, to us, every place is a Bodhimanda. Every place is a place for Dharma assemblies. Any time and any place are suitable for lectures on the sutras and the Dharma. All times and all places are right for working on our cultivation and for applying our efforts. That is why when it comes to cultivation, location or distance makes no difference. Any place we travel to is just the same as the place we started from. Make no distinctions among places or between the good and bad Dharma assemblies. We should be able to lecture on the sutras and the Dharma and study the Buddha Dharma wherever we want to be. Only then will we be able to achieve wholeness and harmony in our skill. Make a habit of studying the Buddha Dharma anywhere we travel. That is most important. What is the key to studying the Buddha Dharma? It is to refrain from false thinking. Gather in your body and mind, collect them together, and keep your thoughts from wandering off in all directions into the past, present, or future. Simply focus your mind totally on studying the Buddha Dharma. Do that, and you will not have many afflictions or worries. Why do you have afflictions? It is just because you cannot see through and let go of things. You feel some matters are important, and yet some other matters are all the more important. This feeling of importance leads to a kind of attachment. Once there is attachment, afflictions arise. Therefore, as students of the Buddha Dharma, we should be free of attachments. That is, any and all attachments. Today marks the first time the Earth Star Sutra is being lectured here. From now on, we'll try to fit in as many seats as possible, move the first row back a bit, and add another row in the front. Stagger the seats from row to row, so those in the front will not block the view of those in the back, and everyone will have a clear line of sight. That will be the sitting arrangement. As for the standing arrangement, 2 people will stand in a row and leave enough room between the rows for bowing. Earlier, we were reciting the 6 syllables Great Bright Mantra. Earth Star Bodhisattva likes for people to recite this mantra. If you are able to recite it, he will grant your wishes to your heart's content. He will help you with whatever you wish for. Words come short when describing Earth Star Bodhisattva's many efficacious responses. They will be covered in the sutra lectures later. We should recite the 6 syllables Great Bright Mantra often. It is an excellent mantra, and its functions are also quite inconceivable. There are some very important causes and conditions leading to the Earth Star Sutra lectures. I was renting this place for the summer and was planning to terminate the lease at the end of the summer vacation. In that case, quite a few people would have a tough time looking for new rentals since they were hard to come by. So I took a big chance and renewed the lease on this place and invited these people to stay. I also invited Earth Star Bodhisattva to stay here with us. This way, every day we get to bow to the Bodhisattva to plant good roots and cultivate blessings. However, Americans are unfamiliar with Bodhisattvas. They were never introduced to one before, let alone having to live with one right now. Some people are delighted, yet others are frightened by the human-like image of the Bodhisattva. Therefore, I will now introduce you to these Bodhisattvas' life stories. When you wish to make a new friend, you first would probably want to know the kind of person he or she is. So let us now get acquainted with Earth Star Bodhisattva. Given these circumstances, I will lecture on the Earth Star Sutra for everybody. The Earth Star Sutra is a Buddhist scripture on filial piety. Earth Star Bodhisattva is a Bodhisattva who practices filial conduct and is most filial to his parents. By giving my lectures on the sutra, I hope to inspire everyone to follow Earth Star Bodhisattva's example on filial piety. Now, first, the reasons for the arising of the teaching refers to the circumstances that gave rise to this sutra. Second, the divisions and vehicles in which it is contained. Divisions refers to the Tripitaka, and vehicles refers to the great vehicle, the Mahayana, and the small vehicle, the Hinayana. Or in terms of the five vehicles, there are the vehicle of humans, the vehicle of gods, the vehicle of sound hearers, Shravakas, the vehicle of those enlightened to conditions, Pratyeka Buddhas, and the vehicle of Bodhisattvas. The divisions and vehicles in which it is contained therefore refers to the type of text in the Tripitaka and the vehicle among the five vehicles to which the sutra belongs. Third, data meaning is aim and purport. We will explain its tenet. Fourth, an explanation of the title. The title of the sutra will be explained. Fifth is a transmission and translators. The individuals responsible for its transmission and translation need to be identified. Sixth, discerning and explaining the meaning of the text. We will especially clarify the meanings in the sutra text proper. First, what does the causes and conditions for the arising of the teaching mean? Teaching is the body of language used by the sages to transform living beings. As in the Chinese phrase, the language that the sagely one administers to his charges. Arising refers to the fact that what did not exist previously now exists, having arisen and come forth. Causes are the factors and conditions refers to the reasons. So what causes and conditions brought forth this teaching? After he had attained Buddhahood, Shakyamuni Buddha spoke the Dharma of 49 years. For 49 years in over 300 assemblies, yet all along never once did he get a chance to take his mother across to the other shore of Nirvana. Shakyamuni Buddha was born from his mother's left ribcage, and his mother passed away after giving birth. When he became a Buddha, he learned that his mother, Lady Maya, had ascended to the heavens. After he had spoken the Dharma Flower Sutra and before starting the Nirvana Sutra, he thought of his mother and ascended to the palace of Trayastrimsha Heaven. He stayed there for 3 months to expound the Dharma Hosimada for his mother. And what was that Dharma? It was the Earth Star Sutra, the Sutra on Filial Piety. For the sake of crossing over his dear mother, Shakyamuni Buddha spoke the Sutra of the past vows of Earth Star Bodhisattva in the palace of Trayastrimsha Heaven. Those are the causal conditions leading up to this sutra. Shakyamuni Buddha speaks the Dharma for his mother. Do you agree that this is a very important sutra that sums up the causes and conditions for the arising of the teaching? Next, the divisions and vehicles in which it is contained. Contained refers to the categories to which it belongs, i.e., the divisions of the Tripitaka Sutras, Vinaya, and Shastras. Sutras fall within the study of Samadhi, Vinaya, the study of precepts, and Shastras, the study of wisdom. Sutras, Vinaya, and Shastras are simply precepts, Samadhi, and wisdom. This sutra is contained within the divisions of sutras and Vinaya because they discuss the precepts as well. Vehicles refers to either the 5 vehicles for the 3 vehicles, 5 vehicles, or the 3 vehicles. The 3 vehicles are those of the Shravakas, the Pratyeka Buddhas, and the Bodhisattvas. Adding to these 3, the vehicles of humans and gods completes the 5 vehicles. Just as one human being is unique and different from one another in millions of ways, so are the celestial beings, the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas. Likewise, there are not just one, but many Bodhisattvas. The Earth Store Sutra is contained within the vehicles of humans, celestial beings, and bodhisattvas. This is the divisions and the vehicles in which it is contained. The third is determining its aim and purport. So what does the sutra take as its aim and purport? It was filial piety, delivering beings to the shore of liberation, uprooting suffering, and repaying kindness. What does it all come down to? It all comes down to being well versed in filial piety, the principle of being filial to one's parents. One who can be filial to one's parents is heaven and earth's light of glory. What gladdens heaven and earth is for people to be filial to their parents. Hence the verse, heaven and earth values filiality. Filiality comes first. Filiality is of utmost importance. One word, filiality, brings peace upon all in the home. Through the workings of filiality, just this one word, the entire family may enjoy peace. Filiality begets filial offspring. If you filial to your parents, your children will be filial to you, and vice versa. Why be a person, and what is the point in that? Do not just resign yourself to being born a person muddled and confused. That is not the way to go. Being a person, you have a moral obligation to be filial to your parents because they are the heaven and earth. They are your elders and teachers. They are simply the Buddhas. If it were not for your parents, you would not have this body of yours. Without this body of yours, you would have no way of becoming a Buddha. Therefore, if you wish to become a Buddha, first you need to be filial to your parents. Hence, filial piety is foremost. The second tenet of the sutra is delivering beings. What does delivering mean? It means to embark from this shore to arrive at the other shore. Likewise, from birth and death to nirvana, and also from afflictions to bodhi. Here, ferrying beings means to take sentient beings across. To take across one sentient being, 2 sentient beings, or 3 or 5 does not qualify as taking sentient beings across. The term refers to resolving on teaching and transforming all the 12 categories of sentient beings, thus quickly leading them to Buddhahood that qualifies as taking beings across. The third, uprooting suffering. This sutra aims at putting an end to being sufferings. The fourth, repaying kindness, is to reciprocate the kindness of one's parents. Filial piety, delivering beings, uprooting suffering, and repaying kindness. These 8 words make up the aim and purport of the Earth Store Sutra. It would be too much for us to go into detail. I went over the important points so you would get the gist of it. At the mention of the practice of filial piety, the thought I've got to get home to be filial to my parents popped into some people's minds. Once they get home and see their parents, they may forget all about it. While here, they meant to be filial to their parents, but once back home, they forget all about filiality. Why? It is because they did not truly understand the meaning of being filial to their parents. True filiality is in investigating the Buddha Dharma. You are being filial to your parents while investigating the Buddha Dharma here, not necessarily waiting to be filial after you get home, in which case you only forget all about filiality anyway. By investigating the Buddha Dharma here and becoming the best person in the world, you will benefit the world. Benefiting the world is being filial to your parents. Therefore, filiality can be classified into 4 types: lesser, greater, abiding, and recent. What is a lesser filiality? It refers to filiality in one's family toward one's own parents. It falls short of extending the filiality of one's elders to others' elders, of achieving vast and great filiality. What is vast and great filiality? It is the greater filiality that attends to all under the sky, considering everyone's parents as one's own parents. That is extending filiality to one's elders to others' elders. Its scope is expansive and not narrow. Its scope is expansive and not narrow. Yet this greater filiality falls short of being true filiality. What is true filiality? True filiality is when you become a Buddha, it is beyond the scope of the 4 types of filiality. It is genuine and true filiality. Take the example of Shakyamuni Buddha. Although his father forbade him from venturing forth into monastic life and locked him up in the palace, yet he stole away to cultivate the path as a monastic. After 6 years of hardship on Snow Mountain, he sat under the Bodhi tree and, upon seeing the shining bright stars in the night sky, became enlightened to the path and attained Buddhahood. That is true filiality. Thereafter, he became a Buddha. He later ascended to the celestial palace to instruct on the Dharma for his mother. Wouldn't you agree that that is true filiality? What is the recent filiality? It is to pattern one's filiality on later day role models. Abiding filiality, emulated for all time. Recent filiality, emulated in the present. Recent filiality is comparable to lesser filiality with some exceptions. Abiding filiality, for example, is found in China's 24 paragons of filiality. They are models for all times. The august virtue they exemplified endures through all ages.